Hoarding.
Yeah. You cheeser. So, what are we doing? What we got?
I don't know. You're tearing apart the SDK to put the turbo on. So you're removing.
They don't know that we're turboing it yet. They do now, but
That's awkward.
that's awkward.
You didn't tell me what we weren't doing or saying. Oh, you keep recording me.
Why?
Why?
So, we have been hoarding parts for a turbo kit and an Ap2 front end. We got our Hondata ECU with Hondata's like jumper harness, so we can keep the water temp sensor and still be able to tune the car. We got a couple boxes from Blade. We got our titanium intercooler kit with a titanium bit underneath the foam.
Indeed.
And then our beautiful timing cover with an AN fitting on it, so we can drain our turbo back into the oil pan without tapping our oil pan. So it should make that pretty easy, pretty straightforward on our plumbing. And then I have a feed line. I still need injectors. A couple wastegates, and a fuel pump, and a dash.
Yep. A
But-
dash. We can drive without it, but it's not ideal.
Yeah. So that's what's left. We're gonna go ahead and get started installing all this fun stuff. I also have the super pulley damper, or pro damper pulley, whatever it is. I'll pull it out. It's outside. And turbo manifold in the turbo. Turbo we'll be using was from the Datsun, the first turbo before it caught on fire. Should work a little bit better for this application, but yeah. So we're gonna walk all this garbage upstairs and get started.
Garbage.
Side note, Justice did get me a chair. So
I made a video, but he didn't post it, so yeah. Sorry guys. I did put together a video.
if you want to see that video, comment below. But we no longer have a camping chair down here. So
That's back
we
in the garage.
we did follow through with getting a real chair.
And it was at 1,000 subscribers, so thanks for 1,112, I think last time I looked. So
1,120 something.
Ooh,
Almost
thanks
130.
guys.
I really do need hood struts. Justice was just talking about it because that's pretty stupid. And
Especially every time Paisley comes over while your head's under it and tries to pull on the broom.
I knocked the hood on my head. So first thing we're gonna focus on today is getting the intercooler set up. I want to get all that ran, and then the turbo manifold itself, we got to pull the old header off, disconnect it from the exhaust, and put our new, I believe it's PLM. We've got this nice twin scroll manifold. I believe I said it was PLM. I still do need gaskets and the rest of my turbo lines, but we can get this mocked up and kind of get everything figured out as far as where it's going to sit. So this will, it's heavy.
It is heavy.
No.
Yeah.
So that turbo manifold will replace our header and place the turbo somewhere in this area. And then I believe the downpipes run straight down. We'll get it figured out. But pull the exhaust manifold off, get the intercooler set up. That way we know where everything's gonna sit. So I've heard mixed things on Blade Sport. From what I've got from them so far, it's been pretty good. Other than the timing cover. The timing cover itself is fine and it's great. But I'll turn you around and show you. Hopefully you guys can see this, but let's say you got this and you just decided to throw it on. If you just went ahead and you decided to put it on, you'd run into a bit of an issue because there's tons of shavings left over. And so this is gonna have to be cleaned out, which isn't a big deal, but if you didn't notice, that could be a big problem. other than that, everything I've ordered from them has been pretty good, and for the most part timely. That timing cover was probably the longest piece because they had just got the shipment in and then they had to send it off to get the AN fitting installed. But other than that, no complaints so far. We'll see how it goes when I go to install things. But especially like with the intercooler has these nice brackets which are going to hold it pretty sturdy and keep it pretty solid mounted up front. It'll go inside our rails here on either side, and that'll just keep it hard mounted in one place, and it'll be a pretty solid mount. Go ahead, get started, pull everything off, and walk you through the process. One thing you're going to need to do, if you haven't, is pull your fender liners out, and then where your air pump sits, you're going to have to actually remove your air pump and those hard lines to be able to get the intercooler piping set. Once you've done that, you'll need to have access to these bottom parts of the frame rail, and that's going to be for the mounting bracket, the sliders, whatever you want to call them. They're going to sit in there, and that's how you're actually going to bolt your intercooler up. Now, this isn't a necessity per se, but we did jack up the car, get the front end a little bit higher. It's going to make it a lot easier to actually work on getting the intercooler mounted up front, and then getting the piping fished through the bottom as well. Justice is out here taking off the hardware for us on the intercooler itself. That way we can fish those plates through, get it mounted up. I'm gonna go ahead and jump to the intercooler piping and just kind of fish that through. This front one that goes to the throttle body is going to be the most pain in the butt one, just because of how long, and it's a solid pipe instead of having a joint in the middle. So once we fish it through, it'll be good. Hate that 350Z. So you get two different clamp sizes. You're gonna have these 80 to 85s, which are gonna be the bigger ones. And then you'll also have these guys, focus, 68 to 73. These are gonna be your smaller ones. This is gonna be the side that actually hooks up to the turbo. And then all these bigger ones over here are going to be the side that goes to your throttle body and your intake manifold and this pipe, and then one on the intercooler itself on that side. So we got our first coupler and hose clamp on there. I'm gonna grab one more, slip it over this end. That way when we go and actually put the intercooler pipe into it, we've already got our clamp there. We don't have to pull everything back off and do it again. And if you're wanting to make things look really nice and well done, make sure all your clamps are facing the exact same way. Just a nice little OCD touch to put on things. Those little touches are gonna make your build go a long way. This is a relatively budget build. I didn't go all out on everything. There's certain things you probably should spend money on, like a good quality intercooler kit. I'm not saying you have to go and get the most expensive thing out there. I am saying that your $200-300 kit on eBay is probably not the best option for you. There's a lot of cutting and manipulating, stuff like that involved. But with this, it's plug and play. It's relatively easy. It does look nice, but it wasn't the most expensive thing I could find. And that goes for a couple other things, like the manifold itself. We got this used, which is perfectly fine on stuff like this, as long as there's no cracks and fractures and welds breaking, then you're totally okay. A lot of moving parts I will get brand new. The turbo I already had, it's got like 100-200 miles on it. I'm not worried about that, but I wouldn't go and buy a heavily used turbo and expect it to work perfectly fine. That's my 2 cents on the matter. And then as far as an ECU goes, there are definitely better options out there than what I got. What I got was one of the cheaper options, but it's something that's proven a lot of people have done, so I'm not worried about that either. I will do a price breakdown at the end of all of this. That way you can kind of get an idea of what you're looking at. But let's get back into it and get this portion finished at least. We got another set of helping hands. Hi, Paisley. Did you just wake up? So, first pipe is on. You do have to fish it through the bottom there. It does help if you have an extra.
Don't judge my
1.5 sets of hands. And Paisley was pushing on Justice, trying to help her get it into place. Hi, cutie.
Yeah, she was helping out.
Now that we got the one side on, we're gonna go ahead, move to the front, put those slider brackets in, and get that intercooler bolted up and at least in place. Way easier to do this without your bumper because you absolutely have to do it that way. And then that'll sit right there, and you'll have a hose that goes a 90-degree angle, if it'll focus, just over. Should hopefully be a nice finish. So far, so good. No problems yet. Cross my fingers because that's never how any of this goes. What do you think, Stinker? Yeah, me too. We're gonna go ahead, grab the jack, because I think this is gonna be probably the easiest way to get this done. Pull the jack over here, jack up the intercooler, and then try and get everything bolted up. No, it's regular.
Oh, hi guys.
That way we can hear everything. All right. Ow, I got a rock in my knee. Oh, okay.
You rocked your knee?
I rocked the crap out of my knee. Okay. Oh, first issue. First issue has come to our attention. So the previous owner has so thoughtfully put these right in the place of our intercooler. They're like 2 inches, 3 inches too low. So I'm gonna have to move these real quick and probably figure out a different spot for them. These aren't gonna be permanent anyways. They're kind of ugly, kind of cheap. Don't really work that well. They're both unbolted for the time being. So now we can go ahead and get that up in there. And Paisley's losing patience. Intercooler is on there. That's how those plates I was talking about work. You just bolt them up into the frame themselves and then run your nuts through the factory holes. That way it sandwiches itself, and then this is not going anywhere. So we got our clamps. 2 of them are going to go on this side like I mentioned earlier, and then 1 on this side. We're going to go ahead, throw the 1 clamp on there now. That way we don't have to worry about it. Slip the coupler on.
Tighten her up.
And tighten her up. Paisley, that's not something you should eat. This side's all ready to go. Clamps are lined up facing the same direction. There's not a lot of wiggle room when you're doing this, so be patient and don't be forceful with any of it. You don't want to break it, bend it, any of that stuff. And then leave these guys loose until the very end, and then we'll go ahead and tighten those up, make sure everything is nice and snug. But it'll help you a lot in getting these couplers on. That's all now hard mounted up. It isn't going anywhere. That's pretty dang solid. I can shake the car with it. So this is all set. Time to move on to the header, which I may save for another video because Paisley is getting frustrated, as kids do when you know, they get bored of something. So we might have to save that. If this video continues, then we're good. If it doesn't, then, well, you know what happened. Well, guys, unfortunately, that's where we're gonna end this bit of the S2000 turbo build. Things to come. Got to pull the timing cover off, replace the timing cover. We got to pull the header off and switch to our turbo manifold, mount the turbo up, oil lines, injectors, wastegate, and probably an upgraded map sensor to handle the added pressure. But after that, we should be good for at least a first start. Oh, fuel pump as well. Can't forget that. But yeah, solid start. We got a decent amount done today. So without further ado, I will catch you guys next time. So if you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe. We will catch you next time.